The Shepherd Boy and the Wolf. Once upon a time, a young shepherd boy worked as a caretaker for his master's sheep near the edge of a dark forest. His job was simple but monotonous: to watch over the flock and protect them from wild animals. The boy spent his days in the pasture, away from the bustling village, with only his dog and his shepherd's pipe for company. At first, the solitude was peaceful, but as time went on, the boy grew increasingly bored. The days dragged on, each one feeling longer than the last. To break the monotony, the shepherd boy would often let his mind wander. One day, as he gazed at the quiet forest and the grazing sheep, he thought about the warnings his master had given him. If ever a wolf comes to attack the sheep, cry out for help, and the villagers will come running to protect the flock. The idea stuck in his mind, not as a warning but as an opportunity. A mischievous plan began to form. I wonder what would happen if I pretended a wolf was here, the boy thought. Amused by his own idea, he decided to act on it. He ran toward the village, shouting at the top of his lungs, "Wolf! Wolf! A wolf is attacking the sheep." The villagers, hearing his cries, dropped whatever they were doing, plowing fields, mending nets, baking bread, and ran in great haste toward the pasture. Their faces were full of concern as they arrived, brandishing sticks and tools to scare off the imaginary wolf. But when they reached the pasture, they found no wolf. Instead, they saw the shepherd boy doubled over with laughter at the prank he had played. "You tricked us," one of the villagers said, angry and out of breath. "Don't do it again, boy. This is no laughing matter." The villagers grumbled as they walked back to the village, leaving the boy alone with his sheep. But their scolding didn't bother him. He found their reactions so amusing that he couldn't resist doing it again. A few days later, the shepherd boy decided to repeat his prank. Once again, he ran toward the village, shouting, "Wolf! Wolf! A wolf is attacking the sheep." And once again, the villagers dropped their work and rushed to the pasture, only to find that they had been fooled a second time. This time, they were angrier than before. "How dare you waste our time like this?" An older villager shouted. "What if a real wolf comes and no one believes you? You're teaching us not to trust you." Despite their frustration, the boy found their reactions hilarious. He laughed and laughed, even as they walked away shaking their heads. Days turned into weeks, and the shepherd boy returned to his usual routine, watching over the sheep in the quiet pasture. But one evening, as the sun began to set and long shadows crept over the land, a terrifying thing happened. From the depths of the forest, a real wolf appeared. Its yellow eyes gleamed, and its sharp teeth glinted in the fading light. Without warning, it sprang at the flock, attacking the helpless sheep. In a panic, the boy dropped his pipe and ran toward the village, screaming at the top of his lungs, "Wolf! Wolf! Please, come quickly. A wolf is attacking the sheep." But this time, the villagers did not come. They heard his cries, but remembered the boy's previous tricks. "He's trying to fool us again," one villager said. "Let him cry all he wants," said another. "We won't be made fools a third time." No matter how loudly the boy screamed, no one came to his aid. The wolf, undisturbed, killed many of the sheep before slipping back into the forest, leaving the boy devastated. The next morning, when the shepherd boy returned to the village with the few sheep that had survived, the villagers saw his tear-streaked face and the look of despair in his eyes. A wolf really came. He sobbed. I called for help, but no one came. You didn't believe me. An elderly villager shook his head sadly and said, We would have believed you if you hadn't lied to us before. You see, young boy, a liar is not believed even when he speaks the truth. The story of the shepherd boy teaches us the importance of honesty. Trust is easy to lose, but very difficult to regain. If you deceive others for your own amusement, they may not believe you when you truly need their help. Honesty and integrity are the foundation of any relationship once broken. They are not easily repaired.